In this video I'm going to talk about my points of view in regards of League of Legends. You could say that I'm a player who is not new to the game. Realistically, I have been playing said game for more than 6 years, and although I'm not a high elo player, I feel like I should address some things that really grind my gears towards this fuckfest of a game. The reason why I define it a fuckfest is because League of Legends gameplay is structured in a way so that it can be both satisfactory and frustrating. Why? Since the releasing of Glad, Riot has gone downhill with champion designs. Recently, there have been releases with champions who owned primarily dashes, shields, CC and survivability. As examples, we can take easily Kai'Sa, Camille, Kayn and Zoe. Speaking of Zoe, she is unbalanced under every point of view. She has a kit that is wrong under every perspective. Zoe's role is to punish the enemy by instantly one-shotting the enemy without the need of items. If Zoe gets nerfed, she can't one-shot, so it's useless because she doesn't fulfill her purpose. But if she one-shots, well, that's a problem for everyone. It is frustrating to play against Zoe because of the fact that she doesn't get punished for missing her skill shots. Zoe can miss 1 E, 2 E's, 3 or 4 E's. But if she hits you once, you know what is going to happen. She has a style of gameplay that is not supposed to be in a video game. The version of Zoe that we are playing against as of right now is capable of one-shotting without even getting a single spell right. With a non-ultimate low cooldown spell, she is able to get champions that are positioning badly. The issue here is that positioning badly for Zoe can be even under tower while farming. Oh, she also steals summoner spells for some reason. Now, I'm not blaming the champions for being broken or whining about their current state in the game, but the sheer lack of diversity and uniqueness of champions is frustrating. For an example, when Riot decided to rework Aatrox, they didn't have a bad idea, being that even if his win rate was high, the champion itself was pretty old. But when I think of a rework, I want to be able to distinguish the champion from others. Maybe this concept is hard to explain, so I will make it easier. When I mention a champion that with Q throws shurikens at you, with W becomes invisible in a fog, and with E marks you to dash at you. The ultimate consists in multiple dashes. The first thing that pops in your head is rightfully Akali, because that kit belongs to her. However, when I say that a league champion has a 3-part Q, where he wields his sword, then a CC to keep you in place on his W, and then E, who is a dash, you either think of Riven, or that Riot is retarded. Well, I think both. Now, Aatrox's rework was a good idea, but very poorly executed. They killed Aatrox's concept as an auto-attacker, like Tryndamere. And the champion issues do not end here, because the current state of both gameplay and runes, you are forced to play a very small amount of champions in ranked, since you can only climb with following the meta. It boils down on who picks the most broken champion. I do not deny that in 2015 we didn't have broken champs. We did. But League was way better, and if you were skilled you could prove yourself of being worthy of a higher elo, even playing enough meta champ, and the reward system was not a punishment for you being a good player. Many professional or at least well-known players, as the most recent example, Dyrus, one of my favorite streamers, left this game because it is getting ruined. Also, there are other streamers such as AnnieBot, Donkey. They all left the game because they have lost the will to play. The ones that are decent and still streaming, such as, to take some examples, Tyler1, Tobias Fate, QtPie, Hashinshin, and even the most looked after player, Faker, play this disgusting game only because of the revenue, the money gained from both streaming and YouTube. They don't like it. With all of this being said, I want to add that the punishing system is inconsistent and pretty shit on what it is supposed to be doing, and I'm talking from personal experience. I'm not whining about my lost accounts though. I'm of the idea that if I got banned, I deserved it, since I've let myself to get angry at a video game. I want to say another little thing that concerns me: toxicity. So, being that I had my oldest account terminated, I decided to create a new account. Since my girlfriend also wants to start playing League, I decided to join her and give her a hand towards both leveling up and learning the game. What she immediately noticed is the high amount of toxicity. Every game people flamed, every single one of them, even since Champion Select, for reasons unknown to me. We found ourselves in many games when she was getting offended in many ways for not knowing how to play properly the game. Repeatedly, I saw her going bot lane and letting herself getting killed once or twice, so I asked her, "What are you doing?" And she replied, "These people do not deserve to win." To make this clear, my girlfriend is a very calm and tolerant person. Maybe a tad bit too much, but the League community is so toxic that the first thing that goes into her mind while playing this game with these kind of people is intentionally feeding. Now, I'm not as calm as she is, and the reason why I was banned is obviously for being a toxic player, also known as a flamer. Look, this might be just a conspiracy theory or some bullshit like that, but I think that Riot Games doesn't care about his user base. I have asked multiple times to get permanently chat restricted, because I know my temper is not the best one. I'm not exactly known for being a quiet person. Obviously I'm not an animal, I can't hold myself. The thing is that if you play, like, say for 2 days straight, you are obviously gonna snap. Like once or twice you are gonna snap, and that's all they need to ban you. As they state on their own Riot support page, I'm quoting, "They do not care who started it, and they do not give second chances." The thing is that not giving second chances and not being open with the community about these kinds of operations, not disclosing what the toxicity is for them, are very harmful decisions. I was told by Riot that even excessive sarcasm is bannable. Let's be real. Can a bot know what sarcasm is? Do I have to be afraid of every word I say in the chat? Do I have to wake up and check my account every day to make sure that I'm not banned because of this bullshit system might define my good job as irony? Getting banned because I said something that should not be said should not be my concern as a player. Quoting Donkey, he said in his video, "I want to be able to insult someone without getting banned, because it is the only fun thing that you can do in this boring ass game." In many occasions the offender doesn't get punished while the offender does. This game is ruining itself, and in my opinion it will very quickly be dead. I wonder why Riot is not that open about the player base anymore. Maybe, just maybe, most of them are leaving the game because they can't handle it anymore, being that at this point it has turned into virtual garbage and the other part is getting banned with no possibility of appeal. Well, in conclusion, I think Riot has to think more about the players, to be more open with them, because we should not be just customers to them, but also people. The complete disregard towards players, ignoring the needs of the player base, and treating players like the only thing they are good for is giving them money is unfair and offensive.